Why have I been talking so much about Bitcoin lately? So I want to answer that question. Number one, people ask me all the time, do you still hold XRP? Absolutely. XRP, XLM, HBAR, ADA, QNT, okay? But the reason why I became very bullish on Bitcoin is because I finally got over my own little narrative that was stuck in my head when BlackRock created or started talking about the ETF in 2023. And I'm not going to go into all that in the details. You can watch my videos, but I want to share with you what my strategy personally is going to be on Bitcoin. And I would love to hear your feedback in the comments down below on your thoughts on this strategy. So I always talk about exactly what I'm doing. Now this one is going to talk about the strategy that I'm going to do. So just want to be very clear. I have not implemented this strategy yet, but this is what I'm going to do. And when I say I'm going to do something, I stick with it, even if I make a mistake. When I make a mistake, I make it right, I come back and I teach. So this is my strategy. This is my thought process, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Bitcoin, I'm holding 100%. My altcoins, I'm exiting 50%. They're all in mostly in long-term capital gains, but I shared with you in other videos that we can attach around here of my other strategy on why I do that and why I ladder out, because I have a very diverse portfolio outside of cryptocurrency. But Bitcoin is kind of this anomaly, right? 94% of the supply is gone. There's only 6% is left. They're only going to mine it for 116 years. They only mine 450 a day. And if they do pass Cynthia Lummis's bill and pull it underneath the treasury, they're going to buy 550 Bitcoin a day, which is more than is mined, which is 450. So what we're holding on to is an asset, if it goes the way we think it's going to go, that is only going to continue to appreciate every 4 years as the amount of rewards reduce for it to be mined. Okay? So now we have this asset that's operating with a risk-on, risk-off asset, nothing like it in history. The big asset managers in 2024, as we record this, are running, calling it a flight to quality like gold. Right? So here's my thought process on it. So I hold 100% of my Bitcoin. So what you're going to have to do is watch it go up and come back down. Now, I want to make this very clear. I did an asset-backed loan once, and I did it in the bull market. Never, ever take an asset-backed loan in the bull market. I got wrecked. 2022 came collapsing down, had a 50% LTV on Ethereum in Nexo, and it came collapsing down. So I want to be very clear. I will never do an asset-backed loan on any of my cryptocurrency unless it's in the bear market. So just make sure you write that down, okay? So here's what I'll be doing with my Bitcoin. And that's a long-term strategy. This could be in the future, could be 2030, it could be 2026 to 2030. It depends on what happens. So if Bitcoin shoots up to $1 million, okay? Now you're holding on to an asset that is worth $1 million, okay? That asset, banks, exchanges are going to want to hold that so bad. What they're going to do is they're going to give you interest if you hold it there. Maybe they're giving you 10% on your money to hold it for, hold it for a length of time, right? Or they'll say, we'll give you an asset-backed loan, okay, at 50% LTV. Okay, so they can say, hey, we'll give you $500,000, but we're locking up your $1 million in Bitcoin. So follow me on this. So if I had $1 million in Bitcoin and an asset that's going to continue to appreciate over my lifetime, and that's going to be part of my dynasty trust, wouldn't it behoove me to take 500K LTV, so that's the loan to value, and I borrow tax-free. There's no taxes on loans, guys. I take that tax-free and I buy an asset. Let's say it's real estate. Okay, real estate. Okay, now with the real estate that's paid off, you take the income and you let them pay back the loan. So now you borrowed tax-free from an asset that's only going to continue to go up, increase the LTV that you can borrow. You buy an asset that the renter is living in it that can pay back the loan. So now you have an appreciating asset and you have an appreciating asset and you borrowed tax-free. Is this making sense? I would love to hear your comments around that, because I think what we're missing here is this is almost like having a property without the renters. Like, think about that. It operates where it's going to continue to appreciate. I can borrow against it just like I could a home equity loan, and loans are tax-free. But the difference between this and a property is you have a renter. Now I'll have to deal with the renter here, or I could buy a business that pays back here. Now I'm going to have the taxes on the earned income over here, But my brain is thinking that way. Now, I may not do this, but what I'm saying is, why would I sell my Bitcoin? That wouldn't make any sense. I shouldn't sell any of my Bitcoin if it's going to continue to appreciate. If I need cash flow, I can borrow against it tax-free. So that's why I'm holding 100% of my Bitcoin. Now, why am I exiting 50% of my altcoins? I've done that in other videos, is because I have a very strict plan. I'm max funding my insurance policies. I want to get access to more real estate, and I built this fortress around my family, which is our kingdom, that is going to go from generation to generation. So you got to be very careful just being stuck in one asset, like the crypto bros or the people, pumping meme coins and things like that. They're very rich in the bull market and they're really broke in the bear market, right? With the bull market, we should be pulling profits. What I did was I pulled profits and I secured my family. Each bull market is an opportunity for me to exercise the new plan for the Dynasty Trust. The bear market is the opportunity to me to buy at very low prices. Okay? I don't trade, I just buy the dip, I dollar cost average, and I sell when it goes up. And when everybody's panicking, I buy. So this is my strategy with Bitcoin, and the reason why I've been talking about it a lot lately, because I kind of got over my narrative when I started to see BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, who is now the largest holder under the ETF, and also that BlackRock is the top 3 holder, along with Vanguard in MicroStrategies, which is the #1 Bitcoin holder. And then all of a sudden at the Bitcoin conference, you had President Trump, you had Cynthia Lummis and RFK, who are all working diligently to pull Bitcoin underneath the Treasury, because we have a sovereign debt crisis. And Bitcoin, if pulled underneath the Treasury, can solve it through Cynthia Lummis's bill, says shrink the balance sheet in half by 2045. So why wouldn't we be doing what the asset managers are doing? Why wouldn't we be doing what other countries are doing? Because you're going to hear that it's a fraud, that it's a pet rock, that it's used for money laundering. When they tell you to look this way, always look this way. Use your own discernment, make your own decisions, but lastly, have a game plan and stick to it.